Mama keeps saying she'll miss me. Can't blame her for all my hate. Keep me drinking this whiskey until the day that I'm laying in my grave. I'm keep drinking this whiskey until the day that I'm laying in my grave. I'm always in the clouds, looking up and fading out. Cirrus shapes I found, blow me away. Then Ellen right around, pushing through, skin is brown. Nature has us trapped in fear, so I get lost in sound. I wonder if you'll ever know why I am the way I am. Constellation theme, mapping stars that are meant to be. Geminis are free of suicidal kings. This messy maze of me, so obvious yet never seen. Feeling though the fog will lift to find me lost at sea. I've been thinking what Spend my life in the mountains of East Tennessee. Days on the farm, it just comes naturally. Daylight to dark is not for the typical man. Just a backwoods country boy, proud of who I am. Proud of who I am. Proud of who I am. Well, this is my rifle, this is my gun. Let's get on, boys, come on and get you some. Let's get you some. And I'll fire all my rounds downrange till the enemy hits the sand. Yes, sir, I knew exactly what I was doing when I swore to Uncle Sam. If you don't like the way I'm living, just remember that it's for you. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun for the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Pack my bags, headed out to the big sandbox. Just some good old boys and me, some lady, some night. Well, the price of freedom, son, it don't come free. I guess that's why the good Lord chose me. This here's my rifle, this here's my gun. Let's get on, boys, come on and get you some. Let's get you some. And I'll fire all my rounds downrange till the enemy hits the sand. Yes, sir, I knew exactly what I was doing when I swore to Uncle Sam. If you don't like the way I'm living, just remember that it's for you. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun for the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. We do it for you. 'Cause that's what we do.
WTF Nation Radio
is in the house.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
All right. And we are live and kicking. Today is the 31st. It is the last day of March, and we are doing good. How about you, Mr. Pookie?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. I know you've got sun, but we've had a real gloomy week, and yesterday we got some sun, and today we got sun at the end of the day. So, hey, everything's coming up good. So the weather treating you right?
Oh yeah, it's been nice in the 80s, sunny. I mean, we could use a little rain. It's been real dry, but besides that, it's been nice.
That's good to hear. That is really good to hear. Well, as per usual, everybody is up and talking, and we've got the chats a moving, and I'm glad to see everybody in here. Hello, everybody. Tyler, hello, Branco. It's a beautiful day, and I'm glad to see everybody showing up. Today we're going to have a guest. Let's see. I've got that right here. Today is Chris Ironman Keller and Chris Redbird Anderson from the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, Washington 11-8 Chapter Army Veterans. We're going to have them in our second hour, so make sure to stick around. That ought to be a good round. Hey, Ross, it's good to see you, man. Other than that, man, I'm just happy to be here today. It's one of those days where you realize that stuff can just happen without even, notice. Um, People getting sick, people getting hurt, people getting hospitalized that I know of, and I'm just sitting here going, that could have been me, so I'm happy. Not to be mean, not to be cruel. No, I'm not black-hearted, but I'm happy.
Yep.
It's nice to be able to breathe some air,
Yeah.
And it's good to talk to you, Pookie. I'm really glad to hear your voice. Haven't been able to hear you in
Yeah.
a while,
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I've been dealing with like VA stuff, and getting that straight. And it's been a really busy month. Last month was a really busy month for me. So I mean, I've been just pretty much balls to the wall, man.
Well, how's that been going for you? You getting stuff
Yeah,
taken care of?
I'm getting my stuff taken care of. I got my blood pressure. My blood pressure's finally in check.
Okay, good.
I was talking to the brain doctor, picking at my brain, figuring out what's wrong with me, and I got my hand surgery done.
Now how'd
So,
that go, bud?
oh, well, great. It was a lot easier than I expected it to be.
Good. Now, are you recovering okay?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I just got to wear a brace for like a month, and then I got to keep wearing a brace for probably next year, like when I sleep at night. But besides that, it's good.
That's not bad at all, bud. Now, how much physical therapy and occupational therapy they gonna gun up with?
Oh God, the exercise I'm doing right now are so hard because I mean I have like muscle atrophy because I wasn't able to like move my joints for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and they just got me doing it. It's like I'll do it on my good hand and I'm like, oh, this is so easy on my good hand. But then when I go to do it on the hand they did the surgery on, it's like it's just like it's a slow process, but I'm getting there, man.
Yeah, it does take time. Hey, it's good to see you over there, Doc. Good to see you, Road Tech. Yeah, I'm filling in for Cause today. Cause is out saving lives and kicking ass, normal stuff. So I'm sitting in for him this week and possibly next week, and that's okay. You guys, I'll entertain you. I'll be silly. Um, we'll have some good conversations, and we'll carry on as usual. But yeah, shoot, I'm glad to hear at least though that you're doing okay. Um, Not hearing from you here and there kind of made me worry.
Well, the medicine they had me on kind of made me kind of like really loopy there for about a week or two. So I was kind of
Oh,
just like in and out of it, and then now it's like it's balanced.
good.
Got into my system, so I've been feeling great. I mean, I'm on like cloud nine right now. It's not like the best I've felt in a long, long time.
Okay, and that's the blood pressure medicine?
Well, that and my anti-anxiety meds,
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Well, and I'm not against all medication out there. Everything has its purpose. And if it's effective, that's great. Now, and as long as you realize that, you still need to go after the deeper issues, that's great. So,
Oh yeah. I mean, I was like totally fighting my psychologist or whatever it is about taking it. I
yeah,
was like, I don't want to take it, don't want to take it, don't want to take it. And he's like, just do it. Just do it. You'll feel better. I was
hmm
like, all right. And I started doing it. I feel great now.
good. And your dick hasn't dropped off or any side effect like that, right?
No. Just I take my senior naps in the afternoons now. I mean, that's about it.
No anal leakage.
No, I'll be sitting in the couch and I'll just randomly fall asleep. And that's, I mean, this my body probably be like just relax, dude.
Yeah, and I can see that. That's it. You've gone through a lot of stressful times, and you're probably your body's trying to at this point just get you to recognize that it needs some help. So I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay with it, though. I really am. So, well, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Um, Anyway, onward, I'm going to say, as I stated before, we're going to have a guest, second hour. It's going to be Chris and Chris from Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. And up until then, it's going to be whatever we decide we're going to talk about. So we can have some fun.
Should be interesting.
Uh-huh. You know me. I did want to say, I'll bring back some of what I am, and I'm going to say, okay, guys, remember, sun is out there. Doc says, there's still some leftover snow where he's at. If you still got leftover snow and you're not getting a whole lot of sunny days, don't forget that depression is possible. So seek out what will help, okay? Red lights will help, red lamps, and extra vitamin D. But it's getting close, so fear not. Pretty soon the sun will be there and you can get some help from that. And just remember, nothing is personal. People are gonna be people. People are gonna be upset. Rise above it. Just remember, anything that anybody says, anything that anybody does, you driving down the highway and someone decides that they're just gonna be, all that. They just may be having a day like you have every once in a while. Let it go. It ain't worth it, man. All right. After that being said, and me trying to be my mellow self, here we go. Why don't we go ahead and go to our first story, which I found interesting and kind of one of those things that just you have to sit there going, really? Really? Russian perfume company apologizes for and this is the name of it, sexual harassment fragrance. The owner of a Russian perfume company has apologized and pulled a fragrance from its shelves after coming under fire for its offensive name, sexual harassment. Nikolai Eremin, who runs Nimir Parfumes, the small firm which named and sold the scent, called the naming decision not thought out. An apology he penned on Instagram. In the apology translated from Russian, Eremin claims that he made a mistake and did not at first understand the depth of the tragedy and its scope in reference to sexual assault. My mistake was that at that moment I did not think about the real victims, about the people who really face this tragedy. The translation read, noting that he was only really thinking about his ego and creative freedoms. I could quietly, silently remove the fragrance from sales and not report it to anyone, but I do not want that. If I loudly announced his release, I want to loudly apologize for it. It's my fault. I was wrong. Forgive whom I hurt by this. The apology continued. Eremin reportedly made the decision after many victims reached out to him to share their stories of sexual assault, prompting him to research the statistics of how many people experience sexual harassment and or abuse. Eremin declared in his apology that he would be removing the scent from sales. However, the Independent reported that the company would be reselling the fragrance under a different name. The sexual assault fragrance was released last year and joined the perfume company's collection of other provocative name scents like Gypsy Blood and Quartzian Intrigues. Interesting. I don't mind. I do understand sexual assault is something that is not to be laughed at. I agree. I don't know if I agree that he should have pulled it. But at the same time, I understand it's a publicity or it's a PR nightmare. Everybody needs to make sure that their problems are heard these days, and that's sometimes a good thing and sometimes a bad thing. I don't disagree. If you have been sexually assaulted, of course, speak up, make your voice be heard. Um, I just I have a problem sometimes people feeling the need to constantly berate companies that are just trying to do something. What are your thoughts, Pooks?
I don't know, but some people be wearing that aggravated assault damn cologne, and it's just heinous.
This is true. Hey, how you doing, Bailey? It's good to see you. Happy Sunday. And it is a happy Sunday. Everybody should have a good reason to smile, and if you don't, well, listen up, and we'll help you find a good reason. With Pookie on talking with me, how can we go wrong, right, Pooks?
Oh, nope. Nope.
Hey, I have to ask you on a personal note. You were having problems. Did your cartridges get damaged, or did your game system get damaged?
I got a lot of dust into it because it's been sitting in a sunroom, so it kind of got like dust from it's been really dusty because it hasn't rained that much.
Okay.
So I'm trying to clean it out. It's not the cartridges that are messed up. It's the reader that's messed up.
Do you think the reader's gone bad or just dusty?
No, I just need to clean it out. I need to find a really good method of cleaning it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was curious because I saw the frustration levels you had the other day when you were trying to clear things out, and I don't know about you all, but I kind of like to watch streamers and gamers every once in a while. To me, playing it sometimes is a little intense, and I don't watch things that make me get all wound up. Pookie, he plays stuff that's fun, um, and when he gets frustrated, you just want to sit there and go, "Oh man, don't do that, bud."
Yeah, I can get really heated when I'm trying to do something.
Oh boy, you should have. The other day he was just really getting upset. And you just wanted to sit there and say, "Hey man, it's okay. You you'll figure it out, bud. You'll figure it out."
No,
Oh
I put it off to the side and I was like, I ain't messing with this because I'm going to breaking something. And I was
yeah.
done at that point. And I haven't really touched it since then. So,
Oh, okay, that explains it. No.
yeah, I'm a little heated still about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, this I'm going to be trying to get hold of Red Lake soon, and I'm going to get him to help me do some technical stuff on my computer, and then I'm going to be able to pull people in through Skype
Well, that's cool.
and actually show their picture. And at that point, maybe when I do some of my stuff, if you want to join in and show your face, we can do some of that stuff. And
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah. And Kaz and I are even talking about doing some of that during Kicking It with Kaz, where I go ahead and pick up since my computer has the power to push that stuff. So
That's awesome.
there, where there's a will, there's a way, and you know what? I have the will to be a tech nerd. Branko's going. So, have you tried using an air compressor?
Yes. I've tried everything. I know exactly what it is, and it's just nerve wracking because I'm gonna get in there and dust each individual pin off.
Oh, well, Q-tip with alcohol.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, jeez. Well,
It's just contacts. I mean, it's an aftermarket cartridge reader, so it's not like a
Okay.
legit cartridge. I'm actually looking into buying another one. There's a really better one out there, and
Okay.
it's a little bit more pricey, but I'm probably gonna get it.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you back out there blessing us with your cynicism, your wit, and your laugh.
Oh yeah,
Pookie has a way of thinking that nobody can replicate. And what's your saying? Taxes is what?
Oh, taxation is theft. Thank
There
you.
we go. Amen. All right, let's go on to story number 2 and let's have some fun. Poisonous bufo toads infesting South Florida neighborhood, and they are spreading.
Oh, sweet. Sweet.
Yeah, for those of you, and I see someone, people talking about Florida here. South Florida City is being plagued by thousands of poisonous toads. Experts say the amphibians are bufo, B-U-F-O toads, also known as cane toads. Residents in the infested Palm Beach Gardens neighborhood worry toxins secreted by the toads will harm their pets and children. News station broadcast images of the small toads clogging pool filters, hopping en masse around driveways and sidewalks, and lurking in landscaped lawns. Resident Jennifer Quosha told the local news station her family first noticed the toads Friday. She says hundreds of them were in her swimming pool. Interesting. Mark Holliday of the Pest Removal Service Toad Busters told the local news station that recent rains coupled with warm temperatures sent the amphibians into a breeding cycle. Holliday said even more toads are likely to spread throughout South Florida in the coming weeks. So, yeah, Pookie.
I'm good. I'm far away from that, so I don't have to worry. I'm a good 6 hours away from there, so I'm good.
I don't know. All it takes is someone having one in their car, hitching a ride in something, and getting dropped off in your area, and well, you never know.
Oh, well, with my luck, the local crackheads in the area would start licking them.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Well, maybe that's a good. Is that a good or a bad thing?
I don't know. I mean, we could have a bath salt face eating guy running around. I don't want that.
We may start the zombie plague yet. And this is how it started, by licking toads. Oh, I humor myself sometimes. Yes, Road Tech, a Florida toad. Come on, rooms. I've not seen y'all chatting that much. Yes, we're talking about Florida. Watch it. I do have some stories that I just may pull up that are all Florida people.
It's believable. It's believable.
Right? Florida, and I have to wonder if it's not the fact that of the heat. All that heat and humidity just makes Florida that much more Florida,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love it.
I've only been here for about 6 months, and I've seen some of the craziest things in my entire life.
Okay,
Just
come
here
on.
in
Okay,
Florida.
everybody gather around. Here's Pookie's stories of craziness. I want to hear some. Come on.
Well, first of all, no one knows how to drive around here. Like the way people drive is just bad shit and fucking crazy.
Okay.
You got the old people who are
Uh-huh.
like, I'm not in a hurry. This is God's waiting room. I'm gonna take my time, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you've got the young local people who don't know how to use turn signals. So I've witnessed so many accidents. There was one right outside my neighborhood the other night. I'm sitting in the sunroom. I hear big ass
Ooh.
accident. Holy shit. Crackheads standing on the side of the corner, shaking, like walking down the roads looking like zombies. It's just crazy.
Oh, jeez. Well, hello, Ola. Good to see you. You know that. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to make a right hand turn. You know, Rotec knows he was actually down there for a little bit. Every area has their interesting things, but Florida just seems to want to stand out, doesn't it?
Oh, did you see that meme floating around? It was like it was talking about Polish man, and there was like a list of like articles that Polish man did, and at the bottom it had like this like little meme. It said, "Oh, finally a worthy opponent." It said Florida man on it. It was like I was reading some articles, just like, man, that beats Florida.
You know, you have to smile and you have to laugh at human nature, because if you didn't, it would all be very sad. Ola says, "Oh my God, Florida come to DC, and so sometimes I am not sure who's worse, Floridians or dogs on Florida license plates." Oh, life goes in interesting ways, and we always just have to remind ourselves life moves, and you have the choice of flowing with it or getting hit upside by the debris of debris of the flow of life. Let's go to another story. A Dubai court restores yacht to Russian tycoon, move disputed in divorce court. I found this interesting. Rich people have their problems too. And hello, Holly. It's good to see you. How you doing there, my body bag, Holly? Oil and gas tycoon Fakhad, I'm not going to pronounce that last name, was ordered to pay about 40% of his fortune to his former wife, Tatiana, by London's High Court in 2016 in one of the largest divorce settlements in legal history. But Fakhad failed to pay the 594 million divorce bill, and the London court granted a worldwide freezing order under which Akkad's super yacht MV Luna was impounded in Dubai. Ooh.
Look at that thing. It's got a boat on the boat.
I know, the boat, that little, what they would call a dinghy. I would like that.
You're so rich, you put a boat on a boat.
Yeah, I mean that's just wow. Luna, an expedition yacht built for Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich before Akkad bought it in 2014, has at least 9 decks, space for 50 crew, 2 helipads, a vast swimming pool, and a mini submarine. On Wednesday, the Dubai Court of Appeal ruled that the Dubai lower court's order to impound the yacht was wrong, allowing it to leave the port, documents seen by Reuters showed. But lawyers acting for Amberkoff called the ruling a procedural decision and said the case had been referred to another Dubai court for a further hearing. Aberkoff will simply continue to pursue her claims in the Dubai court. She is bolstered by the fact that she successfully obtained additional orders in the English court yesterday to secure Luna, the lawyer said in statement. When Reuters visited the yacht on Thursday, tough assignment, moored in Dubai's port Rashid, workers were installing new teak flooring on the large outdoor lower deck, and a private security team was guarding it. Aberkoff began divorcing proceedings in Britain in 2012. She said he and his wife had already divorced in Russia in 2000, but various Russian and British courts have found no evidence to support this assertion. Forbes estimates Aberkoff net worth is $1.4 billion with a B. The U.S. Treasury Department has put him on a list of sanctioned Russian state-owned companies and so-called oligarchs, identified as close to President Vladimir Putin. Man, I'll tell you what, that is a nice boat.
And they put teak wood on it too. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I know. It's like, wow. I mean, gee, let's go out. Let's go out for a little ride, Pookie, in my yacht.
You can travel the whole world with that thing.
Uh-huh. I mean, think about it. 50 crew. 50. 2 helipads. Wow. Oh, A1 Como, it's about time you showed up. We were wondering if you were going to make it, man. Oh, wow. I just look at you think about all these people that are heavily rich, and you just sit there going, "Man, what would you do with even 1/100th of that money?" I mean,
Oh, buy a home.
yeah. The one thing you really want, a home. No neighbors, no roommates. I do not blame you on that front. Oh, man. I'm really happy to see everybody today. I really am. I have to say, if you didn't all know, I have been, we talked about Pookie streaming. I'm actually doing a little streaming myself just to let y'all know. Go to my John Al page, and if you don't know how to get a hold of that, look in the tag, it's in there. And also, I stream on the Grunt Gaming Network, which is on Twitch. I do that basically because I'm trying very hard to help get the word out there that there's someone out there who knows how to work with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and other such things. There are many ways to help you. You just have to be willing to accept it, right, Pooks?
Yep.
So when you gonna accept mine, huh? I'm not putting you on this boat. You don't have to answer that. No, to each their own, and you have to do what's right for you out there, and you have to do what feels right for you. You can't do what everybody else says, and some things will work for some people and some things won't work for others. And that's the way you've got to look at it, and you've got to move forward. The best thing you can do in life is try to keep positive. Every day, remember, you got to help find your smile. You help other people find their smile and help you find yours. Open a door for someone. Say, "Hey, have a good day," or "I hope you have a good day." Just a simple act like that, you'd be surprised how quick people will smile, and you may have just helped someone turn their day around. You never know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, now have you been doing that since we were doing Tuesday shows?
Yes, I have actually. Around here, the little old ladies like me for some reason. I don't know why, but
Well, how can they not? You've definitely got the look of someone who, when you smile, how can you not smile, right? No, Doc. Mixer has not found Botface's body. We don't know where Botface is. We just sit there and go, well, Botface, for all we know, decided to go AWOL. And that's okay.
rest in peace.
So, you know what? Up comes another story. And this one comes from the UK. UK prison guards smell a rat and found rodents stuffed with drugs.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
Rodents stuffed with drugs.
Rodents stuffed with drugs. You heard me right. Suspected organized criminals have been stuffing the bodies of dead rats with drugs, phones, and cash, and throwing them over the walls of a British prison to get contraband to inmates, the government said Monday. Guards at Guy's Marsh Prison in Dorset, southwest England, grew suspicious when they found the bodies of 3 rats with long stitches along their stomachs, officials said. They discovered the animals had been disemboweled and filled with 5 mobile phones and chargers, 3 SIM cards, cigarette papers, and a large amount of drugs, including cannabis and a synthetic substitutes, as well as tobacco, they added. This find shows the extraordinary lengths to which criminals will go to smuggle drugs into prison and underlines why our work to improve security is so important. The government did not say when the rats were found. Excuse me. Seizures of drugs, mobile phones, SIM cards rose by 23, 15, and 13% in the 12 months to March 2018, when just over 20% of tests of inmates were positive drugs, including new psychoactive substances. Criminals have in the past tried to use tennis balls, pigeons, and drones to bring contrabands into the prisons. Yeah, Ross said someone ratted them out. I don't know if you listened to Causes and Mine show, Pookie, but we actually, I think it was last week or the week before, we actually talked about a woman who got a hold of one of those T-shirt cannons and was shooting contraband over prison gates here in the U.S.
I believe it. I know, like, one of my friends was a corrections officer. He said he was always on the lookout for drones flying in the air. 'Cause they
Oh,
would fly a drone over and drop that stuff right on where the inmates could get it.
jeez. Anymore, you just don't know what. I personally, I have tried because I've worked on psychiatric wards. I've worked with all sorts of things, drug and alcohol rehab. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes to try to understand a little bit of what's going on with them. Trying to understand the criminal mind is not one that's enjoyable for me. And to sit there and work so hard at getting things like that, if they'd only turn half of that energy into helping themselves, they could do so much better. And that's the sad part, and you think about it. I mean, addiction is a way of escapism, and we all know this. But it's sad when people can't seem to get a grasp on life and they feel the need to escape. I mean, we have to deal with that in our military community because of what people have been through. COYL says more money selling drugs in prison than on the streets. That's why it happens. I would be interested in figuring out with all the exchanges that go on, how that really pans out. You're right, but I don't know. There's just, yeah, right, Naya, I agree. And people may not like it when I say this. Addiction is a choice. And I've heard people say addiction is, hey, how you doing, Willie? Willie Bill Blunt is in the room. He's someone that I talk to every once in a while. Good to see you, bud. Addiction is a choice, and people have disputed and say, oh, addiction is a disease, and they don't have control. And you know what? I worked in drug and alcohol rehab. I worked with addicts. I've worked with families who have addiction was the parents and the kids didn't, and then kids that did. And I go back to no, it's behavioral. It's learned behavior. Somewhere it's learned behavior. Even if your parents didn't drink, somewhere along the line, someone told you or you figured it out on your own that doing something for to escape your reality is what you want to do. And that's what happens.
Have you ever read about the rat study, like the rat park study?
No, go with that.
Well, it was early on. They were testing rats' addiction to heroin or morphine. It was, and
Yeah,
they had like one water bottle filled. They put the rat in a cage by itself.
yeah,
One had regular water and one had morphine water. Well, when the rats would get a hold of the morphine water, they would just drink the morphine water until they overdosed, killed themselves, pretty much kill themselves.
yeah,
So they're like, yeah, this shit's addictive. Well, they didn't test the whole like the social aspect of it. So
yeah,
this guy built this huge, massive rat park with a bunch of rats in it, and he had the morphine water set up and the water set up. Rats, when they taste the morphine water, they'd only tap it a little bit and they'd go back to socializing. And once they tap it maybe once, they'd never do it again. They'd go just to the regular water. So it is a real like social thing. Like if you're like when you feel trapped or whatever it is, like you're saying an escapism kind of thing.
yep.
That's the legit. Like you just feel like you're trapped and there's nothing else to do than just to sit here and get high, pretty much.
And see, I go with that, and I've always agreed with that. That's the reason I actually stream a little bit, is I trying to find people who are actually needing a little bit of help because they're in that bad place. Ross says escape the rat race. I agree, Ross, and that's true. It can be the last thing you want to be is bored, and the last thing you want to feel is trapped. And when the two things happen and you don't feel a way out, what do? And that's the question that always comes up. And some people, they figure a way out. Other people, they don't, they aren't able to, or they feel there's no way. And that's how we end up with addiction. So I agree, and thank you for bringing that up. That's a good point. Remember, the WTF is always around. We look up our page. If you're having problems, we've got people on staff, and if we don't have someone, we know someone. We can help you. Okay, don't hesitate to talk to us. That's what we're here for. So, if anything, you got our shows. People like me and Pookie to sit here and talk, listen to us, enjoy us, like us, follow us, share us. We reach out. We'll talk to people. We want to help, right, Pooks?
Always.
Uh-oh, Ross has got a joke coming. How can you tell your rat is hungry? Uh-oh. Oh,
It didn't. It'll eat your cheese. I don't know.
he is breathing.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay, yeah,
that's
okay.
legit.
Okay.
I mean, I used to own pet rats, so yeah, they eat all the time.
Mm-hmm. So I've heard. Um, I'm reading one of the comments in Mixer. I mean, if they made the same money as on the streets, it wouldn't be worth it. Should just give those caught up in jail more time and make a example of those smuggling, including the guards who smuggle it. That's they're the worst. Supposed to stop it, but advocate it. Uh, and that's just it. It's sad that we have people that are corrupt enough to allow things to keep going. But again, let's look for positive. We are here and we are talking, and we can help each other out, right?
Yep.
I know I'm boring sometimes, but let's go on to our next story. You're gonna like this. Kind of weird. New York man allegedly steals Little Debbie truck and eats nothing.
I'm confused. If I had a whole bunch of Little Debbie's, I'd be snacking it out.
Exactly, right? 30 these are the facts. A 30-year-old upstate New York man allegedly stole a Little Debbie delivery truck for a ride, not because he wanted snacks. Cops say he swiped the truck for a loading dock from a loading dock Monday, then stopped it in a short time later. The man told them he took the truck to visit relatives and friends. It did not appear any of the snacks were missing. Jeez.
You know the police were all over that case.
Uh-huh.
They're like, wait, missing donuts? Well, what?
Uh-huh, right. Donuts? Little Debbie's? What? Oh man, you can't make this stuff up, people. I mean, come on. I'm not I don't go out and get do stuff and snack out on food like that. But man, if you're gonna steal it, especially a Little Debbie's truck, come on, you might as well. I mean, you're gonna go to jail. You might as well have your last meal be Little Debbie's.
Yeah, might as well as partake. And I mean, I got a whole truck of little babies. I'm gonna be eating some.
Exactly. Yeah, Willie Will sits there and says, "Used to love those little chocolate donuts." You know what I liked of Little Debbie's? Those peanut butter and chocolate bars, the ones that had the wafers.
Oh, the nutty butter,
There you go, yeah.
nutter butter. Yeah,
Wow, I
I,
love
I like
those.
I like the donuts that are like kind of got the like I don't know, it's like the crispy stuff on the outside of them, like the crunchy
Oh yeah,
donuts.
yeah, yeah. Gee, here we're sitting there going, and gee, if Spanky's listening, we're gonna get her going too. Oh, Little Debbie's. I think I know where I'm heading after the show. Well, now, would you like to hear something really ridiculous? And you have to sit there and wonder if someone was a little high when they were doing this. Okay. Oh, and Holly's sitting there going, the Christmas tree cakes are her favorite.
Oh, zebra cakes all the way. Zebra
Yeah,
cakes legit.
that's legit. Okay, get this. A mix-up. What a hell of a mix-up. British Airlines planes lands in Scotland, not Germany. The flight was refueled and set off again, this time directly to Dusseldorf. The flight on Monday seemed to be going perfectly well until passengers realized that their plane had landed in both the wrong city and the wrong country.
Okay.
The British.
Now the pilot might have had a little too much to drink.
Right? And thank you very much for the follow, Scuba Jack. The British Airways flight from London City Airport was now this is bad, okay? Was supposed to head to Dusseldorf, Germany, but ended up in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. The airline said Monday the problem started when an incorrect flight plan was filed by WDL Aviation, which operated the flight on behalf of British Airways. Officials say the pilot followed the flight plan for Edinburgh, and that air traffic control officials were following the same flight plan and saw nothing amiss. WDL Aviation said it was trying to determine the cause of the obviously unfortunate mix-up. The flight was refueled and set off again, this time directly to Dusseldorf.
All those people got free flight tickets. I guarantee it.
Oh, no kidding, right? I mean, think if someone missed their plane because of that. Oh, jeez. Hey, hey, how you doing, Heath? Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, geez. Can you imagine? And here's the thing that the problem with me. That tells you how much people are relying way too much on electronics. I mean, come on, the pilot had to know. If he would have just simply looked at his electronics and went, "Huh, that doesn't look like the right heading." I mean, it's not like it's the two are completely.
Or it gets to that big theory conspiracy that I had is that the planes fly themselves now.
Well, you know what they do to a point. The autopilot, when you program in, will actually take over. The only time you have to disengage is when there's inclement weather, like turbulence, things of that nature. They have to disengage the autopilot, and for landings, if it's anything but perfect, they have to disengage. If it's perfect, they can actually use the electronics to land them.
Yeah. I think the planes just fly themselves. The only reason why they put pilots on board is because people would freak out about a computer flying them.
Well, no, they've said that they can't do certain things. They have flat out said that. My container has a leak. Neat. Oh, okay, I know what happened. Never mind. Anyway, no, they've said that inclement weather, because you can't guarantee what the weather is going to be, and because you can't guarantee that something won't malfunction, you have to have a pilot on there, and the pilots have to be trained for those situations. But still, jeez, I mean that's sad, and you're right, Ross. They can only blame themselves for that one. Uh-oh, Heath. Hey man, I'm sorry. He lost his truck load and all his gear to a fire today. Had several fellow vets that stopped and tried to help. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sad to hear that, Heath. I hope as long as you're okay though. That's all that matters, bud. Um, you know, jeez. I'm sad to hear it. That's not good.
That's rough. Hopefully you had insurance, man.
Yeah, I hope your insurance covered it, bud. I hope your insurance covered it. Let's go on to another story. And here we go. A mass shooting, or excuse me, mass school sickness blamed on spicy chips for sympathetic vomiting. Yeah, right? Okay. 24 fifth graders and one adult fell ill Wednesday afternoon in Petrea Elementary School. The whole school had to be cleaned. Hey, Devin, how you doing? The sudden onslaught of mass vomiting at an elementary school in North Carolina wasn't caused by a nefarious disease, but rather fruit-flavored concentrate, spicy food, and sympathetic vomiting. Citing a Forsyth County Department of Public Health release, news outlets report 24 fifth graders and one adult fell ill Wednesday afternoon at Petrie Elementary School. State lab results ruled out chemical or infectious agents. After conducting interviews, health officials concluded that those sickened ingested the concentrate without diluting it with the requisite water and ate a lot of spicy chips. Health officials say the students also practiced poor hygiene by sharing the food and liquid. The latter of which they drank from their hands, lunch trays, and other ill-advised conduits. The entire school had to be cleaned before it was reopened.
What the hell? They got these kids eating with their hands now at school?
I know, right? Oh,
I mean, I've seen some of the school lunches these days, and they're just.
Well, you know who to thank for that, right?
Yeah.
Hey Heath, I'm glad that he said he was heavily insured. Good, I'm glad to hear it. That's a good thing.
That's just perfect. As long as you weren't hurt, I mean, things are replaceable, man.
Exactly, things are replaceable. Life is not. And yeah, Willie Will's sitting there going, "Love the Blaze tortillas, Doritos."
I like the Tapatio flavored Doritos, but you can't find them on the East Coast. You got to go out on the West Coast to get them.
And see, I don't, I understand, spicy stuff sometimes can be nice, and I know Mr. Pookie and his MRE spicy stuff. But yeah, I hear you laughing. But us old farts, we can't quite do the spicy stuff so easily. Our stomachs don't get along with it as well.
Actually, I got a chocolate bar chilling in the fridge right now. It's got the Carolina Reaper's was the hottest pepper in the world. And the guy who bred the Carolina Reaper came out with one that's hotter. It's called the Black Carolina Reaper.
Really?
And I got a chocolate bar infused with it, and I've been holding on to it. I've been wanting to do a review, but my camera's messed up.
Oh man.
So So I was like sitting here, I was like, man, I want to try this. I'm probably gonna die doing it, but
Well, got to remember, you're on blood pressure medicine for a reason.
you only live once, man.
Jeez. People, message Pookie and remind him he is on his medicine for a reason. Don't push fate. Jeez.
Hey, my echocardiogram said my heart was perfect.
Yeah, but your blood pressure isn't. Now, is it?
No.
Okay. Oh, the fun of getting old and having to have dealt with the world, right, Pookie?
Oh yeah.
I laughed. Excuse me. The other day, I was in one of the chat rooms out there, and someone sat there and said, "Yeah, I'm old. I'm 37," and I'm like, "Oh, you're kidding me, right?"
I'm a young buck still. I don't give a crap what anyone says to me. I had a little girl call me old the other day. I about fought her.
And I bet you would have too.
I was like, "What you call me?"
Oh, Willie Will says, I saw someone do that challenge, Pookie. It was intense.
Yeah, I meant to do it this month, but my camera got smashed, so I've been kind of holding off on streaming. I really wanted to do it this month because it was for like prostate, was it prostate awareness or some shit like that?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about the hashtag things now, you know.
Ah, we have an aware Pookie.
It sounds like a Pokemon account.
Pookie and his awareness are coming to the world. to a show near you. You know what? I'm going to do one more story, and then we're going to go ahead and take a break. All right. Real E, the new beer, can double as motion picture film developer. Okay. Dogfish Headcraft Brewery's founder says he'll document his summer travels on Super 8 film that will be developed in Super 8 beer and turned into a short film. Kodak says a new beer hitting the market can be used to develop its Super 8 movie film. Dogfish Head Craft Brewery of Delaware created its Super 8 beer after a conversation with people at Kodak, the upstate New York technology company most famous for its photographic roots. Dogfish learned from Kodak that heightened levels of acidity and vitamin C in certain beers can make them a processing agent for film. That inspired the brewery to design such a beer. Kodak helped by testing it. Dogfish found Sam, don't want to pronounce his name, says he'll document his summer travels on Super 8 film that will be developed in Super 8 beer and turned into a short film. The beer made with pear, mangoes, berries, kiwi, and quinine and salt is set for national distribution next month. That is weird.
Like Dogfish Head gets a little bit overboard with their beer sometimes. But I mean, me personally, I don't think beer and fruit are really like a good mixture. But I mean, that's just me.
Well, fruit has high acidity, and that's the reason they're doing it. Is supposedly it's supposed to then be able to work with their developing of their Super 8 film. I guess people are starting to go back to that. Instead of keeping with digital, people are using Super 8 film to document things now. So, go figure, right?
I mean, film is better than digital shit sometimes. I'm just a firm believer in that. But
yeah, I agree. It's definitely different. Oh, Willie Will says colon cancer, huh? I'm sure the colon gets cleansed by burning after that challenge. Well, that's just it. I don't want to find out. So, anyway, we are getting towards the top of the hour. Why don't we go ahead and start up with our break? It's going to be about 10 minutes long. When we're done, I should be getting a phone call from our guests, and we'll go from there. So, everyone, take a break, go pee, get up, stretch, have a good little walk, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes. Shots.
Sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy, kicking my nine straight. VSOP, got me good and I'm leaning up off this codeine, feeling like I'm OD, they did bang OC, don't up this whole key, just to wake up, let heavy be buried, the slow brain, feeling kind of violent, looking for that other guy, no one in the struck him down for the fucking homicide, reaching for my waistline to pull out the shooter, I heard it through the grapevine, it was time to remove it, some of the matter, as I get my vision together, with the Beretta K, walk a straight line, but whatever, come back to Kane and throw me some lead, and push to the bed, so keep my nine straight, in this, got it all in my head. Sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy, kicking my nine straight, sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy, kicking my nine straight. Coat toast back and fill me up another one. Rapid fire drinking, slamming shots. I call it Tommy gun. Kanye, this music going down the sprung with 51. Add a little Jaeger Cuervo Jack and a shot of rum. Grab your glass, grab your scratch, grab a ball of powder pack. Up your nose, scoop a hole up, and I'm a pound of that. She wailing on my wiener. You should have seen it. I got a me bad little broad ass Filipina. She shove it down the throat on the head and she'll show. Let's flip a freak, yeah. Sucking my dick like a pro. Ready to dive up in the pistol. Let's get the show on the road. Can't keep my nine straight. And this shit got me shooting pool with a rope. Sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy. Kicking my nine straight, sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy, kicking my nine straight. Sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy, kicking my nine straight, sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy, kicking my nine straight, sipping on this Hennessy, 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 waiting for the time of grace, sipping on this Hennessy, kicking my nine straight.
All right, and we are back. I apologize. For some reason, Facebook decided to do an interesting dump, and I lost my signal for a couple minutes. So I had to reboot, and hopefully people will make it back into the room so we can. But those who've already made it in, I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad you're here. Hold on for a second. Hello, how are you?
Hey, it's going good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I think I just cut Pookie off. Hold on for half a second.
Okay.
I have to find him. Hopefully he's catching what I'm saying right as we're talking. There we go. No, that's not it. Hold on. I apologize. I saw your stuff come up quicker than I expected it to, and went oops, and so hit it. Let's see. And I'm almost there. And give me half a second. Have to go through the alphabet. Let's see. P. And there we go. No, not the right one. There. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Oh, there we go. Why is it messing with me? All right. Pookie and add. All right. There we go. We're calling him in. Are you there, Pookie? No, he's not.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 54038890777.
I'm trying to hang up on it. There we go. Okay. Well, he'll have to call me back when he's ready.
No problem.
Anyway, sorry about that. So anyway, how are you doing today?
It's going nice. Good warm day here in Vancouver. In the 70s.
Okay. I didn't know where y'all were at. I have a little bit of a description of things, but I don't have everything. So you know what? I'm going to let you kind of take it, because this is your format. This is a chance to explain what you guys do, what you're all about, and what you are here for. Okay?
Yep, that's no problem.
So go for it.
So we're the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association, and we're the Chapter 11-8 in Vancouver, Washington, just north of Portland, Oregon. And we're a newer chapter in the last 3 years. And we have basically grown and probably double in size in the last year. And our mission is Vets Helping Vets. We go on lots of rides together, and we go to different places and meet up with other vets and keep in contact with the local vets in the area here and do things that we can to help them out, as well as our local reserve center. One of the things we do is we have a donation where we go out and we collect donations for school supplies, and then we take those school supplies and we donate those to the Army Reserve Center, and they use those for their children and stuff here in the local area.
Okay.
And at the same time as we're doing that, we have like a APR ride where we gather local riders from the area, and they come out with us, and we take them on a ride where we go around to about 100 miles and stop at different locations and do what you call a poker run, where they take a card draw at each area, and then we do raffles or whatnot. That's just one of the things we do, and I'll let Chris talk about here what we do for our Christmas.
So our Christmas stuff, we go out to different stores and stuff. We also do monetary donations, and we collect toys. Okay. All the stuff that we give does go to the FRG, because we're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. What we're looking at is supporting veterans specifically in our areas. So each one of the chapters of our organization does their own thing in their own area. And what we've been mainly doing is school supplies and toy donations. We give all that stuff to the Family Readiness Group, and then veterans in our local area the people serving in that armory all come in and they do like a shopping thing. They pick up any school supplies, they pick up any toys, things like that that they may need that they otherwise wouldn't be able to get their kids or be able to use. And then anything left over at the end of the year or at the end of the run sends it all the way up to Camp Murray, Fort Lewis area, and then it goes across the entire state of Washington. But we also have a Thanksgiving thing that we've been trying to start up. So families that are having a hard time during Thanksgiving or around the holidays can't produce a meal or something like that for that time period. We've been finding families to support them. And again, without inventing that wheel, we go off to the Family Readiness Group and they talk with a lot of people in the local area as well. And we get a couple of names here and there and go out and give them either a meal or toys or whatever they really need. And the biggest thing that we try to do is help the veterans in our area. But earlier we were listening to you guys and you guys were talking about calling in if you need help or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's another thing that we do together is when those demons come out and everything starts going sideways on us, we can call each other and just be like, hey, I just need to go for a ride. We need to chase these things away. And we jump on our bike and we just take off. And it could be just around town to do something, or we go off to like a bar or something like that and just sit back and talk. And the biggest reason why we wanted to come onto your guys' show is to kind of spread the word about us. We are nationwide. So if somebody in the Vancouver area wants to look up combat vets, they're more than welcome to. Even if they don't ride, we're here to kind of help out. And if they want to give us a hand and they don't ride, we're okay with that too.
Okay.
We're not going to tell them they can't come and help us out just because they don't ride a motorcycle.
Well, good. I was going to say, I don't ride motorcycle. That's kind of a big no-no for me because of my body. But I still like to help on doing things, and that's always been a proclivity. And I've actually talked to groups around where I'm at, and they say, well, do you have a truck? And I'm like, yeah. And they said, well, we can use a truck.
Exactly.
So now you say you're in Vancouver, as in Vancouver, Washington?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're in the same state as I am in.
Well, come on down, hang out with us.
I'm actually over in Spokane.
We have a chapter over there, I do believe. Yes.
Okay. Very good. Did you make it in Pookie? Doggone it.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
While you were talking, I finally managed to figure out what was going on. I hit the wrong button. Ain't technology fun?
Always. That's why I'm here. I'm just tech support.
Oh, there you go. So, okay. Basically, you guys try to go out and you try to help, like I talk about. I'm a big a proponent of, and so is Cause, the guy who normally runs the show. We believe in veterans, people helping people, veterans helping veterans, and being human, being real to people, and the fact that I actually know about poker runs because I have a friend who's actually in a motorcycle chapter. And they do poker runs here too. Would you explain what a poker run entails?
So a poker run starts out with it's like in a game of poker where you have 5 draws of cards. So you start out at one location and you go to 5 different locations, and at each location you do a card draw. Along the way, you mingle and you meet people and you introduce them and have a good time with them. And there'll be vets, and there'll also be just people that show up at the location where we start at that day. And just kind of a good way to get our name out there and get friendly with people in a local area. At the very end, we come together and we meet at the local VFW. And we have, at that time, we do a raffle and we do a card draw at the time and see who had the best hand out of those 5 cards. And then we give a prize for the best hand and then for the worst hand.
Okay.
And so it comes out to, out of donations and stuff like that.
And then the only weird thing about ours is we try to incorporate the school supply drop.
Okay.
So we want everybody to know that we're out there helping out the veterans. So we try to make it specific that we go to the Reserve Center and we give all of those school supplies to the Family Readiness Group. And we invite everybody from the community to come out and help us move that stuff into their area. And then it's on them from that point forward. But we like to show them that, we're not just out here collecting money and using it for whatever we want. Our money does go back to veterans, and specifically veterans in our area. And then any donations or school supplies, toys, all of that stuff, we try to get that back into the veterans' hands as well. When I was first enlisted, new guy, I didn't have very much money. My ex was Army rich, so she was always out there buying stuff, so we didn't have to pay for rent or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then school time would come around, and I don't have money for school supplies, and the military gave me stuff like that. And that's my way of giving back, is being able to do that. And a lot of our guys jumped on the same boat with me. And then we started doing the toys, the Thanksgiving stuff. And one of our guys, he's currently our XO. He came up from Utah, and he was a part of another group down there. And they started doing Ride to Zero. And it's bringing up awareness about veteran suicide and things like that.
Yeah.
And the first year that he did that, it was just him. He ran from here, from Washington, all the way down to Utah, did the ride, came back home. The next year, he did it again, but he took a couple of our guys with him. This last year, he did it and brought 8, I think.
Yeah, 8 guys.
8 guys down there with him. This year, we're hoping to double it, and we're going to try to jump through a few different states, grab a few different chapters to go with us. And that's another part of why we wanted to talk to you guys, is anybody who's willing to go to that thing. It's Ride to Zero. You can Google search it. It'll pop up. You can register early. You can register there whenever you show up. But come out and bring up awareness about the suicides and stuff like that for the veterans.
And I'm all about that. I don't know if you know much of a history about Pookie and I, but for a while I was working as a host, and my main talk is about, 1, helping people find their positive within them, and 2, talking about ways to help yourself so that you don't end up in that dark place. So you don't end up with problems with feeling like you have nowhere or you have nothing. And it's kind of my thing. It's something that I work very hard at to help people realize that you don't have to hide. You don't have to go in a corner. You don't have to be. You're not alone. There's always someone out there. And like you said, that's what you're doing. You're actively going out and trying to find people also, and that's a good thing. I'm very happy to hear that. And I just want to interject that's kind of where the station we try to pick up. We have we have things on our pages that actually open up for people who, if they're just in that desperation point, there's someone around. There's always someone around to talk to. There's always someone who will give you a friendly ear, and always someone who's willing to say it's okay. And
Absolutely, yeah.
so I'm glad to hear. And then now, where does the Zero Run go to? I didn't quite catch that.
That goes to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay. And
basically from all around. So basically from all around the state of Utah and all the surrounding states. Last year we had some guys from California, and everybody just shows up there, do a big run on the bikes. So we had about 200 bikes, and it was police escorted and everything. And they basically take us out, rode us all the way outside of Salt Lake City and brought us back in, and then basically parked the bikes, had a big get together, and just, met and mingled with a lot of other vets and just people in the local area. And it's just a great event and great cause. And the whole thing is to raise money for PTSD study.
Okay.
And that's basically, it's drawn in a lot of money for this event. And it just gets bigger and bigger every year. And one of our members that brought us into it, we've already each year started to, this year we're looking at trying to double the number from the last year. So as we grow, everybody else is growing as well as the word gets out.
So, and then I'm assuming you're wanting to know about the money side of it. So all the donations, the fees and things like that they put into it. There's a doctor that's in the Utah area, to my understanding.
Yes.
I briefly talked to the guy that organized it, and that money goes to that doctor, and that doctor brings in other physicians, mental health, people like that, to try to help prevent the suicides of veterans specifically, trying to get them the treatment. Because as we all know, only a vet knows what a vet has been through.
Yeah.
I mean, we all haven't had the same rodeo, but we've all done similar things, and we only understand each other. And that's what this doctor is aiming at, is trying to get it where a civilian can understand it, another physician, and be able to give them the right treatment. I mean, not just tell them, well, here, take a bunch of pills and just live forward, have a good day.
Yeah.
It's, how can we get you better? How can we make this go forward? Who can we get you in contact with?
Exactly. And that's, I agree with you. That's one of the things I actually deal with specifically. I have a very high effective rate with PTSD in helping people with it. And that's the VA's go-to is let's hand some pills out. And that
Oh, I can attest to that.
yeah. But Pookie can definitely tell you some horror stories about his end of it as far as what he's been through with the VA.
Oh yeah.
I hear a lot of it, and I personally I'm getting more and more veterans looking me up because I do actually guided meditations that work with PTSD and help people get rid of the feelings behind it. So, we're WTF is all about trying to help the veteran and come up with better ways. And getting together veteran to veteran is a good thing. I have a thought for you. I actually am. You heard me mention truck. I actually sometimes get into diesel rallies here locally. I know in Utah, actually outside of Salt Lake, is one of the biggest or bigger companies. It's called Edge, and they sponsor stuff all the time as far as truck rallies. Have you guys thought about they love veterans? Okay, that's something maybe you could actually bring to them. And okay, they may not be motorcycles, but they could get into the rally, and they would get something like behind something like this in a heartbeat.
Look at that. Talk to them about that.
Because truck rallies, a lot of times they do what they call a show and blow, where they show off their trucks. They do a dyno, and then they either do sled pulls or get on a drag strip. And during that time, they usually have something that they're sponsoring. Like one up here in Lind, they actually do a cancer support. Okay, so and a lot of them will find things like veterans if they can. The problem is a lot of veterans duck their head.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if that may
Major League Shammer.
So that may be something. Because have you ever heard of Edge?
I haven't. When you said that, I pulled up all of their stuff online, and they don't have them as one of their sponsors. So I'm going to reach out to the guy that runs it, and see if he can't look into them.
Because they actually sponsor some of the rallies in their area, and they sponsor trucks in the area. They get massive crowds. And if you were to say, hey, we're going to do this at this time, would you be willing to join in and maybe have a rally near it or around it or include us or, in other words, melt it in some way? Those rallies, you're talking thousands of guys show up to those. And they're diesel truck rallies.
Excellent. That might, if it brings more attention to what the cause is, absolutely.
Well, and that's just it. I happen to know some of the company. I've actually talked to Edge before, and I know some of the companies that work with Edge, and they're all about veterans. They give a very high discount if you want to buy one of their products if you're a veteran, and they actually employ veterans. So, and the place that one of the places that I go through, they diesel truck guys, we're all about, America, and you'll also see veterans. So there's a good chance that they may be willing to try to pair up and join in somehow. At the very least, bring attention to your rally.
Right, and that would be ideal.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they have a very big network of diesel truck websites enthusiasts that would probably join in. And that
something we'll have to look into.
Yeah, I thought I had been thinking about that, when you've been talking, and I think I think we need a lot of chat, motorcycle groups. I know they especially veterans, we tend to try to isolate because we've gone through something other people haven't. But believe it or not, someone like me who doesn't own a motorcycle, I own a diesel truck, and there are diesel truck rallies, and there's a lot of veterans that go to them.
Yeah.
And getting into those groups and saying, "Hey, we're here, and we, you don't have to have a motorcycle to join in." These guys would love it. They'd give them a chance to show off their trucks.
Do some diesel drags.
Uh-huh. Here locally, that's what we do. Actually, with our rally, we do a show and blow, which is a dyno. Then you show off your truck, the prettiest truck, and that's one day, or that's during the day, and then that evening we go over to the drag strip and race.
Yeah, they do a bike rally at ours too. Like they do an obstacle course, slowest bike can make it around and stop. They do one portion where your passenger has to reach up with their mouth and grab a banana as you go underneath this. It's pretty comical to watch. And then the last thing they do is a decibel, who can claim the highest decibel with their pipes. And we got a guy, our XO, his name's Curbside, and his reason for that is because you want to have him on the curbside or you're going to lose your eardrums. So he showed up and he started popping his exhaust, and just needless to say, he got beat this year by 1 decibel by one of the full members down there in Utah, and it was the lady on an Indian. So he was pretty upset about that. But it was comical to watch everybody try to get out there and get the loudest pipes, and so they have fun stuff like that and bring some camaraderie in there and some competition.
Well, and see if you don't mind a little bit of smoke, which is what we do.
Yeah, coal.
we blow coal, or we roll coal. So, and I'm well known for it. I'm one of those guys. But no, I mean that really, it sounds like a good group. And for those of our listeners, please look them up if you want to right now. Go ahead and list your website.
Yeah. Combatvet.us.
Okay, combatvet.us.
Yeah, combatvet.us is our web, or you can just Google search Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, and it'll come up, because there's a Combat Vets with an S at the end.
Yeah.
And that'll take you to a completely different website. So it is easier just to do the Google search for Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association.
Okay. And so anybody who heard that, look them up. If you've got a motorcycle and you want to join it, and you don't have to have do you have to have a motorcycle?
To be a member, yes.
Okay.
But to participate in what we do, no.
Okay.
So the 2 biggest rules we have to be an actual member is you got to have a motorcycle. It's got to be over 500 cc's.
Okay.
And you have to be a veteran. To be a full member, you have to have been in a combat zone, and it has to show it on your DD-214 or paperwork, DD-215 if possible.
Okay.
To be a support member, you just had to have served. So you have to have a DD-214. And then we've got an aux group, so you have to be married, and it can be the spouse of that person that can bring you in. But otherwise, to participate in what we do, you don't have to be a motorcycle rider. Like, we set up sits out in front of different stores and things like that we don't get a whole bunch of people. So some of us are hanging out there for the entire day. And if somebody wants to come in there and do that, relieve people, or just bring up a bunch of stuff on their own, and then be a part of that donation, by all means, we welcome it all day long.
Good. And just so you know, guys, this is something that it's a way that you can get out of your head, and it's a group of brothers and sisters. So don't hesitate to join in. Be a part of this. It's a way to get you out of the house, everybody.
Absolutely. And one of our old members down in the Oregon chapter, he was one of the dial-ups. So whenever somebody was in stress, we didn't have somebody nearby. they would call him up and just be like, hey, the soldier's having a hard time. He needs somebody to come hang out with him. Is anybody available? That guy would drop everything he was doing. It didn't matter what was going on that day. He'd make a phone call out to a lot of us, and we would just go hang out at the guy's house, get him out of the house, go over to like a bar or something like that, food, anywhere. Just get him out of his own head, get those demons away. And that's one of the biggest things that at least our chapter has been doing. Each chapter does something a little bit different. Everybody kind of has their own role of things that they want to do. But the idea behind it is our national run. It's vets helping vets. We are the only ones that know what each other have gone through.
Yeah, and I agree with you. So everybody, keep these guys in mind. Reach out if you've got a motorcycle, and try. I mean, like I say, it gets you out of your head and it gets you out of the house. Go have some fun. I have a couple friends who've got motorcycles, and I tell you what, sometimes I wish I could ride. It's just not one of those things I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
You got any questions for him, Pookie?
Not really. I mean, I'm not much of a motorcycle guy. I mean, I went down to Daytona this year, and it was the most amazing thing I've ever witnessed in my life. So, I mean, I'll give you that. But
Now, have you guys ever shown up to Sturgis?
I have not. This past year, we took off. We went down to El Paso for the national meeting, and we did a 1,000-mile challenge in 24 hours. We left from here at 12:30 in the afternoon and got to Moab, Utah, which was about 1,100 miles in 16 hours. And then from there, we made it into El Paso in 26 hours. So we did that. We had the national meeting down there last year. This year, that's what I was going to tell you, is the national meeting is at the end of June in Boise. But the week before that, June 21st, we're going to be in Spokane in your area. So there'll be a lot going on with that and a lot of stuff. So if you're interested, come out and meet some of us, and we're going to be in your area.
Well, tell you what, Lee, get my information from Shipwreck or Spanky, and we can get in contact. And I'm one of those people, I have to put it on a calendar.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And I can definitely bring my some of my equipment out and give a little bit of a show, and maybe do a little bit of recording and have a little bit of fun and see what we can do with it.
That would be great. Yeah, as far as like rides, I mean, somebody comes up with a ride, they pretty much put it out there for all the members, and people like join in, and we go for a ride. It could be, 100 miles. It could just be go down to the local, Wednesday night get together and look at a bunch of bikes and then go out and get tacos,
Yeah.
So we just want to get together with other vets and meet other people out in the community and show them what we're all about. There's many a times we get together and just go out in public and people see our presence, and it's amazing how well we're looked at as far as people. They come up and buy meals for us and stuff. It's overwhelming. I mean, just to be out in public, the way people look at us, it's been good. I mean, we're trying to set a good name for the motorcycle association and the community.
Yeah.
And I think we've done well with that.
Well, yeah, and it's all about image. The last thing you want is to get a bad name, and especially since you're representing not only motorcycles but veterans. The last thing you want is either of those to go south and for you to pick up bad image. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you're doing it. I'm glad that you're out there doing this for the veteran community. I'm glad to hear that you are putting out that effort. Again, I'm over in Spokane. You've got the station information, and if you look at the heading on our tag, you'll actually see my Facebook. You can message me. Just say who you are, so I'll remember, because trust me, after this show, my mind goes blank for a day or so. And I'll be glad to keep up with you, and if something happens, I'll chime in with the station and see if that's something they want me to put out there.
That's great.
So, the idea is to have fun with it. And make sure that we're all aware, and making this is national, but making it local, making people aware that we do stuff locally is always something we enjoy doing. So normally stuff goes on down in Texas, not up here in Washington.
Yeah,
True that.
true, yeah.
Hey, how's the weather over there today?
Oh, it was a great day. I think we get hit in the mid 70s, and we're looking at the next 5 days of rain. They're saying so.
Good, you deserve
You
it.
look at the other side of the country, and they're having these freezings and stuff, and here we are out in 75-degree weather.
Well, today we hit in the mid 50s and actually saw sun shoot somewhere around 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So we're happy.
Okay. Summer's about here. It's that's the time of year we look for. So.
And you just jinxed it. You're not supposed to say that.
I'm just laughing at y'all because I've been enjoying 80-degree weather for the last 3 weeks now. It's awesome.
Yeah,
bring it up here.
Bring it on.
Yeah, Pookie's down in Florida.
Hanging out with those poisonous frogs, right?
Yeah, actually, you mentioned that, and I was coming out here right when the second half of the show, and I looked down on the ground, and there's a toad hopping across the ground, and I was like, oh no.
I'm gonna make you guys paranoid yet.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh man, I'm glad you're listening to the show. What do you think of Kicking It with Cause? We try to keep it light.
A lot of it, the guys that in our group didn't even know what it was until I was like, hey, have you guys ever heard of this? And they were like, there's a what? So we kind of brought awareness about you guys through our group.
Okay.
But
that's awesome.
In addition to it, we're passing it around. We had to get our national public relations officer to sign off on us doing this. So he gave us a little thing to talk about.
Yeah.
And of course, I know there's a little thing at the end of this that we'll be able to link it to, and we're going to have to send him that link so he can listen to what we talked about as well.
Yeah.
But the biggest part is it gives everybody that does listen to it an idea. I mean, if they're in Florida or New York or wherever, they can reach out to the local chapters. We're pretty much nationwide, and we have the same ideas that most veterans do. We're here to help you guys out if we can and when we can.
Yeah.
There's I think we had a number of $800,000 that our national chapter had sent out to help out veterans. That's not including what our local chapters do just our school supplies, toy drives, and things like that we do. But everybody else has different little quirks or things that they try to set up.
Yeah.
And that's our biggest part. We were trying to get that out to everybody. We want to get the Ride to Zero out to everybody, let everybody know that, Utah, come on out, help us out, support it, get to know some people. And if you're somewhere nearby a chapter, reach out to them, see if you can help them out. I mean, we don't care if you ride, if you don't ride, if you're in a car group, whatever. I mean, if you guys want to bring stuff in that helps veterans, we're all about it.
Okay. Well, keep in touch and keep pressing or pushing to WTF and remind us when things are coming up. We'll post. We don't mind doing stuff like that. That's what we're all about. And I mean that like I said, that's great that you're getting out there and you're helping veterans get out of their head, and you're helping the community that you live in. It's always good to give back.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that to sit here and talk to you. I pass this around. If you haven't listened to our lineup of different shows, you'll find that they're kind of fun. I might as well tell you, today, Kicking It with Cause, we talk about positive things. We try to keep it light. Cause and I feel that the news media is out to make you feel bad and try to pull on your emotions, and we don't. We actually try to put a smile on your face and make it. We try to report on things that are forgotten. Then on Monday, it's current event times with the Monday edition, where Ice and Flash talk about everything current event. Then Tuesday is Minx. Again, it's current events with her interesting twist on things. Then Wednesday is our meditation day, or Danza. Thursday, Pookie knows why I'm laughing.
Oh, I know why.
Wednesday is Sergeant's Time, where we talk about active duty, all active duty and veterans things, anything concerning veterans and active duty in the news. Friday and Saturdays right now are open. We're getting close to having our tinfoil times back on Saturdays, and we're trying to get something going again for Fridays. So we're getting there. So it's all in fun, and it's all about trying to give the veterans a different view and a chance to listen to someone who understands them and gives them what they want to hear. So
we appreciate what you're doing.
So we're kind of like you. We're trying to serve the community on a national level, and if we can do that, and if we can pull in people, we're happy. And I see Kaz just showed up in the room. He's been out saving cats and things like that,
Yeah. Kittens.
Kaz is allergic to cats. That's the reason I said that.
Oh, excellent.
Dreaded.
So I always give him a hard time. But anyway, thank you very much for showing up. Make sure your information is available. And like I said, if you want to contact me, I can bring in and I can talk to the radio station, and we'll see if maybe they want me to report on what goes on around here with your local, when you guys get together here locally, and maybe get some interviews in and have a little bit of fun with it,
Right on.
So again, thank you for showing up. I hope that we have helped you, your national or your chapter become more nationally recognized.
We appreciate you letting us come in.
Yes.
And I hope that your national will spread the word out about us, because we love people to come in. We love to talk. We enjoy a good conversation, and we enjoy a good laugh here and there. So.
So was that an invite for us to give our national PRO your number and stuff so he can give you a call, just chat with you?
You know what? Why not?
We appreciate what you're doing.
I appreciate anybody that's involved in trying to help out our veterans, because we as a community have to remember sometimes, even though we live in our little apartments or houses by ourselves and we kind of close ourselves in, there's others of us that may not be doing as well and could use someone just reminding them that, you know what, it's okay.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters, is that it's okay. And you'll make it to the next day. And if you can make it to the next day, you can make it the next day after that. As I always say, every day after the military is gravy. We put up with so much crap when we were in. Anything else is easy.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I do miss the smoke pit there.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, because it's almost time for me to close out here. So you guys, again, keep awareness. Make sure to get the message us and message me. I'd love to talk to the local chapter if they want to include me in anything that might bring maybe I can bring into WTF. And also, I am a ministerial counselor, so maybe if they have anybody that needs to talk to me, I'm around.
Excellent.
Not a problem. I just got like 4 or 5 text messages, so I'll send them your info. Okay. And again, thank you guys for letting us be on the show.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
You guys are awesome.
You guys have a good one, and thank you for being here.
You guys are always welcome.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Well, that was a good interview. Very good group. Again, I'm going to show you their logo, and they are the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association 11-8 chapter. If you want to look them up, just type in Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, and they said at that point, if you Google that, then you should be able to find their national, and from there you can find local. They sound like they're a good group. They are truly trying to help. And even if you don't own a motorcycle, you can at least look them up if you want to help with volunteering or giving and being a part of their group in that manner. I don't think they would have a problem with that. Anything else, if you've got a motorcycle, hey, you better than I, because I can't get on one of those things. The vibration alone would shatter me. So, hey, Willie Will, it's good to see you back in the room. And how about you, Pookie? Have you ever thought about riding a motorcycle?
I used to ride dirt bikes
You used to ride
a
dirt
lot,
bikes.
like religiously. And I know what it feels like to eat dirt. I know what it feels like.
Have
I
you
can
thought?
only imagine what it feels like to eat concrete. Don't want to do
Exactly. Right.
it.
Now, here's the question: have you rode the big bikes before, or have you thought about it?
I've been on a few bigger motorcycles. I mean, like the 1600s,
Yeah.
but I didn't like riding it. I wasn't really a fan of it.
Oh, okay. At one point I actually had a motorcycle when I was young, and not always in the best frame of mind, and found that it doesn't bode well when you have to move around. So I had to leave it with someone else and kind of go on my merry way, especially when you go overseas. So I myself, I don't mind riding. In fact, at one point I actually thought about getting a trike, but it's still the vibration alone just that causes my hands too much achiness. But that's okay.
Oh man,
You know, it's not for everybody, and it is for those who love it. And I know some people that swear by it, love it. The minute there's any sign of the snow off the roads, they're out there on their motorcycle in freezing cold weather, as long as there's no snow.
Mhm.
They're
I
happy.
see guys ride their motorcycle daily here
Yeah,
down here.
yeah.
Like this is a daily ride.
You know, and that's just it. I don't blame them. I can say like I said, I would probably do it if it wasn't for my hands, or well, I can't say my hands, my whole body. Um, but it is great, and I think that it's great that you can do it. I have a couple friends that do it. They love the poker runs. They love being able to give to the community, and they'll go out and spend a Saturday doing a poker run, and they'll drive like 300 miles in that day, and they'll go in places. That's the fun about the poker runs, is they go in places that you don't normally go. They'll go in little townships and beautiful scenery. When my buddy, he goes on a poker run, he'll take pictures and send them to me, and they're just gorgeous. You know, especially during around here, especially starting in May all the way till August, the different changes in the seasons, the different some of the sunsets that he gets to see are gorgeous. So, if I could do it, I would, but it's just that's not in me anymore. No speak español, Che. I apologize, but please speak English, okay? So, no, everybody, keep stuff like that in mind. Thank you very much. We love being able to talk to you, and we love being able to keep in contact and give you information as you need it. It is drawing close to the end of the show, so I'm going to do one story just because, well, we need a Florida man story.
Oh Jesus!
So which do you want to
I
hear?
knew that was coming.
Which do you want to hear? A man getting out of work, or you want to hear one about getting scammed out of paying for sex?
Let's hear about the man getting out of work, because that sounds like it's gonna be crazy.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Florida man fakes robbery to get out of work. Dundee, Florida. A Florida man was arrested after falsely telling police that he had just been robbed so that he wouldn't have to show up for work or for his 11 a.m. shift at work.
Well, I believe it.
I believe it too. The Polk County Sheriff's Office said in Facebook that 32-year-old Brian Anderson called 911 to report an armed robbery. He reportedly told deputies that 2 unknown suspects took his money, his necklace, and his cell phone. They also threw his phone on the ground, jumped into a black Ford Crown Victoria, and sped away. Deputies responded to the scene with a canine unit and an air unit. The post stated. However, none of the Andersons' report was true. They soon learned. The sheriff's office said that Anderson confessed to making up the story because he did not want to show up for his 11 a.m. shift at the restaurant where he works. Anderson was arrested and charged with misuse of 911 and knowingly giving false information to law enforcement.
Wait, you go to jail for that? I thought you got let off with that.
Yeah, right? And we aren't going to tell what we're referring to.
No, I don't want to get into that.
Exactly. So, anyway, it's winding down towards the end of the show. I had gone over our show lineup with our fine guests, but I'm going to go over it very quickly. We have today is Kicking It with Cause. Normally it is with Cause and Owl, me, but he is out saving cats and other such things, so it's with Pookie and I today. Yay! We love Pookie. Come Monday, it's Monday edition with Ice and Flash. They talk about current events and give their spin on it. Tuesdays, Tied Up Tuesdays with Minx and Radar. And they seem to be doing fairly well as far as bringing up some good current events and having some good talks. As you know, she loves to get into her current events. Come Wednesdays are our meditation or Donza days. Thursdays is Sergeant's. Yeah. Thursdays is Sergeant's Time with Ice and Spanky, where they get into anything active duty or veteran related news. Friday is another day off for now. Saturday is Tinfoil Times, normally with Jay Reddy and Pookie and Mulder, but at the moment they are taking some time off. And then we're back to Sundays. We have broadcasting partners. We have the Veterans Report starting in January of 2016. A Mr. James Cannon started a webpage that turned into a full terrestrial radio full terrestrial radio broadcast in Philadelphia. And is it Philadelphia or Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania, excuse me. I apologize.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio. And right now he is taking a little time off. He is planning to get back into it, and he is planning to make it go up again. So then we have the War Horses for Veterans. It's another one of our partners. War Horses for Veterans is a 3-day equine and networking experience. Veterans will have the opportunity to bond with horses as well as each other in a safe and comfortable country environment. War Horses for Veterans provides veterans a peaceful break from everyday life challenges, giving them a chance to have quality time to clear their minds, share stories in a judgment-free space, and enjoy some of the best food in the Midwest. War Horses for Veterans' commitment to combat veterans goes beyond a weekend experience. They introduce you to a network of people able and willing to support you long after the uniform comes off, all in the spirit of community. This experience costs $0 for the veteran. Everything from airfare to lodging, all meals and transportation are also taken care of. So please visit www.warhorsesforveterans.com to learn more. Now, as you are listening to us right now, please know that you can catch us on the TuneIn app on iTunes. You can catch us, of course, on Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram. Just search for WTF Nation Radio and you will find us. All of our shows are available for download at www.wtfr.com. All right, that is our rundown. Well, Pookie, I'm going to ask you, what is your thought for the week for everybody?
Stop throwing cheese on your kids.
I love it. Amen to that. Stop throwing cheese on your kids. At some point, you're actually going to alienate those children. And my thought, as always, keep it simple. Keep it real. Find your smile and help others find theirs. That's it for the show. Love y'all. Keep on laughing. Keep on watching. Share, like, and follow. And we'll see you next week. Shots.